And we are live. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this Aligned Business Insights interview. I've got with me the beautiful Amanda Horne. So this is part of a limited series of interviews that I'm doing with women in business who've chosen to focus on their energetic alignment as they're building a business. And so we're going to talk about what that means for them. They'll share their stories, their perspective, their insights, and any little tips to help you do the same. So Amanda Horne is a personal concierge, but along that journey, she ended up stumbling across a whole new arm of her business, which is the Home Bill Saver. And that is a service and a product that I get really excited about. So at the end of the day, Amanda saves clients time and money. And especially with the Home Bill Saver, it's about saving people loads of money. She's saved me thousands, which is very exciting, not just once, but every single year. So welcome, Amanda.
Hi, Miriam. How are you? It's good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to be here. We had a little bit of trouble getting started.
Technology wasn't our friend.
Some tech issues. We had to bump the start time, but we're here now. So that was my version of an intro of what you do. Can we get your version now, please?
Sure. Well, you are correct. I started my business in 2008, and I started as a personal concierge, which is essentially a person who helps you save time around the home and in your private life. So that's what my service was. But then lately, I discovered that there was a service that was severely needed with my clients, and then I thought, oh, well, everyone could need it, and that's the Home Bill Saver. And the Home Bill Saver is where I look at one of your bills or 5 of your bills, and I review them. Using your specific requirements, because everyone's different in that area, and I also then try and save you the best money and get you the best value product for the least amount of money. Because unfortunately, the industry that this is all about with essential home bills is all about getting new clients and not rewarding their current clients. In fact, there's a thing called the loyalty tax with current clients. So, and that means you basically pay more if you roll over each year with one of your service providers. You pay more than if someone joined the exact same plan new. And which is, to me, just
crazy.
Oh, well, it's not just, I mean, it's probably great for them because they earn lots of money. It's not crazy for them, but it just infuriates me because people are just being ripped off.
Yeah. And I used to see the same thing when we were doing mortgages. People would say, oh, I've been with my bank for 20 years, and they assumed that was a good thing. I'm there. Okay, chances are you're paying way, way, way too much. And they would be just on a standard variable rate, which nobody should be on ever.
Yep.
And, it'd be like literally thousands and thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars a year difference. Just crazy. So we're going to have to get together another time. I'm going to put you on the spot. Will you please come back? Because I want to do a whole interview with you just about all of that, the Home Bill Saver and how it works and why it's so important. Because as you know, I'm very passionate about not being ripped off, being on top of your finances, and reviewing things regularly. So we're going to come back and talk about that again another day.
Sure, absolutely.
That'd be really awesome.
It will be my pleasure.
You all heard it here. She's committed. Because the Home Bill Saver, it's something I'm really passionate about because loyalty really does not pay. And Absolutely. And, I keep going, that should really be the tagline for the Home Bill Saver. Loyalty doesn't pay because people assume it does. So is that, we're talking about alignment here today. Tell me a little bit about what alignment kind of means to you in general terms, but then also how does it then, how do you then apply that to business? What's alignment in business?
Okay, so alignment for me in general terms is basically just feeling there's calmness. You feel calm. It's not joy. It's not like this all over the top. It's just more, for me, it's more about just being in flow and just being calm, and everything just happens. It's easy. Being in alignment means it's easy. So that's what it means to me. For business, for my business in particular, it means that to be in alignment with my business, I have to find elements of my business that light me up, that give me, that help me with alignment. Now, you can get alignment through joy or through other things, through your values or whatever. But to get that flow, to feel sublime, that's the word I'm looking for, sublime, that you really need to get your values in order, and you really need to find parts of your business. It doesn't have to be all of your business, but parts of your business that really truly aligns with your values and makes it easy for you to slug through the tough times. So yeah.
Yeah. And where do you think passion comes into it? Because one thing I noticed, like, we're talking about values, and I know that with your concierge clients, like that really lights you up because you really value that personal connection and what you add to their life. The home bill saver is a bit more transactional in a way, but you get really passionate about it, because you're so big on not getting ripped off and support, not having these big multinational companies just taking advantage of people. So do you think that passion is what helps you reach that alignment with?
Yeah, you do have to find the passion. The passion with my concierge clients is pretty much that I deal with them one-on-one, and I'm very intimately involved with their family. I get told about pregnancies before anyone else. I find out about all their bank details. I'm very intimate with their household, their holidays and what have you. But with the home bill saver, it's pretty much come in, I do the work for you, you go away again. And so I don't have that intimate relationship with you. And as you said, it was more transactional. So for me, for home bill saver, I really had to do one of your what's your I forgot the
process word.
Meditations, thank you. One of your meditations, which was the inner guidance meditation, because I had to find something about my home bill saver clients, even though I love saving people money, and it infuriates me that these businesses are ripping you off and everything, and that's a real big passion for me. I also had to find the client that I could really help the most, and so I had to do some inner guidance to figure out what my soul client for my home bill saver was. Turns out very different to my concierge client. It was incredible, the insights I got with that, but we can talk about more on that later. So
a one-on-one session later, we're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
But I think that's really valuable, though, to share for people who are going, I want more alignment in my business. I want that sense of calmness. I want that connection. And I have this thing I'm passionate about, but something's not connecting. And you've really had that experience because you're so deeply connected with concierge. And then you're really passionate about home bill saver and really keen to get it up and running. But it took a bit of it's been a real work in progress to find that real alignment with it. And I think that's just so valuable, to share that experience, because, just like warts and all, there have been times when you've gone, I haven't really progressed it like I should have.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, though, when you find something that you're in alignment with, it's so much, as I said, it's flow and it's ease, and it's just calm, and there's no angst. Like when you really don't want to, like everyone knows this, when they've worked in a job that really doesn't light them up, it's a real drag to force yourself to go to work even. And honestly, it's harder when you're a business owner, because basically your time's your own, and so you don't have to work on your business if you don't have to, but that means that you won't actually progress and you won't actually get success for whatever success means for you.
Yeah. And by the way, Charlene's watching us live and she wants to get a link to the home bill saver, which we will provide in the comments and in the description afterwards. Plus, I think you've got a really handy little 10 tips to save money on your existing bills, right? Is that available at the moment?
Absolutely, it's available. I can send it to you.
Oh, cool. So I'll grab those links off you afterwards and we will definitely share those. And I think, what you've touched on there, that's so beneficial for women in business, because to me, it's exactly like you say, when you're in alignment, it's just like flow and joyful, and you love showing up, and, you know, you're going, yay, you know, I'm loving life. But then sometimes we have things in our business that we know we should do, or that we actually really do want to do, but they just, you know, there's like a sticking point, and it's just out of alignment. So, you know, you've been through that journey, and you've kind of really had to work around it. So can you talk us through that a little bit and give a bit of insight into that experience and how you figured it out?
Sure. Okay. So the first time I did Home Bill Saver, I was doing it for my clients. Like they'd say, "Oh, can you do better on this car insurance bill for me, or can you do better on this, you know, phone bill for me, or whatever?" And I was doing it, but it didn't really occur to me to actually do it until I did it for my parents. My father became part-time, so they suddenly had, they were asset rich, but they were cash poor. And I, you know, managed to save them nearly $6,000 in 1 year. But the thing is, they were typical boomers. They were incredibly loyal to their current supplier, and you know, I really had to, you know, convince them how much money they could save by moving. And so that was, you know, but the struggle was, like, I love doing it for my parents because I had that deep connection with, but my struggle was, how can I, you know, get the connection with the clients? And I think what it will come down to is you've got to work out what bits of the business need to be done, but don't naturally match with what you love doing or that other people can do. Outsourcing is a key for me. I've managed to outsource a lot of tasks that are behind the scene. I've also set up automations of things that where I don't have to work on that, and just so that I can concentrate on the marketing, which I can get my message out there that, you know, loyalty doesn't pay, etc., and I can rage a bit, which is good, and also just have those and just get the analysing and the reports done for the client. I think I answered your question. I think I went off a bit there, but yeah, but basically you've just got to figure out what parts of the business light you up, what parts of the business don't light you up. Is there something that you can do with it? Either get rid of it, get rid of a certain part of it, make it easier, outsource that part. You've just got to make sure that you're doing the parts of your business that light you up, that you know, you actually get something from as a business owner. And for anyone out there that's not outsourcing at the moment because they don't have enough money, I can guarantee you get more money when you outsource all those details. So yes, there's a bit of investment up front, but it's well worth it. Yeah.
The first time I hired somebody, I just dipped into my mortgage and went, okay, that's 6 months worth of, you know, salary for a part-time assistant. And yeah, totally best investment in my business I ever made. You never feel like you're ready, but you just have to do it anyway.
Exactly.
No. So I also wanted to just mention, for those who don't know anything about the Home Bill Saver, what I really love about it is that Amanda doesn't get paid commission for moving people, and she's totally independent. Like, she doesn't, you know, you have those compare the meerkat things, and they usually just have a small panel and they get kickbacks from everybody. So, you know, Amanda really works for you. And if at the end of the day she says, I recommend you move here, and you go, no, actually I've decided not to move, that's fine, right? You don't have to. Although if you do move, she does it all for you, which I love, like that you actually do that for people as well. And we've actually had a conversation where I'm going, Amanda, that's a lot of work. Do you really want to, you know, get yourself involved in that? So do you think that's part of your values, where you really want to be of service for people, that makes you go, no, this has to be a part of it?
Yeah, no, well, exactly. If I can bring up an example of, you know, clients have said to me, okay, I don't want to move from this mob, even though I like Telstra is a classic example. You can get the exact same deal with Telstra, exact same deal that Telstra gives you, because you can be on the Telstra network, but get a lot cheaper price by going to I forget what they're called now, but they're a secondary, like they log into the Telstra network and they
Which
pay
I
Telstra
didn't
a bit of
know.
fee. Yeah.
And we've been like revolutionized over here on our phone bills.
Absolutely, and because Telstra are the dearest around, and Optus is a close second. And the reason why they say, you know, Telstra is the dearest, because they say we cover all of Australia. And the thing is, if you do go to remote places, that's something that you need to consider. And Telstra is one of those places that go to remote places, but there is one other that does go to remote places, and it's a hell of a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
But it's a case of, you know, some people only want to deal with Australian companies. Some people have to have voicemail. Some people don't want voicemail. And there's all these intricate little things just in telephone, not to mention all the other ones, that I take into account, because I ask a series of questions to the people and say, you know, what are your preferences? What's this? Is there anybody you don't want to deal with? Like my father hated AGL. I've got no idea why, but there's no way he was going to move to AGL. And so, you know, it's all those little things that I take into, and I love doing that because I really feel I'm providing a personal service. And getting back to your point about the Meerkat, yeah, it's only the people that are on there, Compare the Meerkat or iSelect, or the only people that they review are the people that pay them to pay them a commission. Like, you'll never find Bupa on those things, for instance, because Bupa is fine by itself. So it's all the other ones, but it's not all of them. And you need to, you know, you really need to review all of them to meet your best needs, etc. So,
see, this little rant here, all this passion, that's Amanda in alignment with her service. And this is, you know, why, even though there've been times where you've gone, oh, do I really want to do this? Whatever, you know, it's a whole new thing I have to build. Yeah, it keeps calling you because there's that passion. And so you just needed to, like, find that link to the client, right? In the end. So can I ask you, which we haven't talked about this off camera yet, so I'm putting you on the spot. When you finally did that, oh, this is my soul client, and I now, you know, can connect to them more. What is it about them that made you go, now I feel really connected?
Well, it was really surprising, my soul client, because I always thought that my clients had to be like my concierge client said, basically, you know, they're professors teaching maths, or they're surgeons, or they're people that are doing a higher community good. And I always thought that this is the people I wanted to serve. But for the home bill saver, the people that I need to serve the most are people that know deep down that they're paying too much, or, you know, suspect it, and they just want to do something, but every time they go to do it, it's just like, ugh. And so it's the dollars. It's all about the dollars. Can I get the same service for less dollars? And that way I can take my kids out, I can spend more money at home, I can do other things. And the best can I talk about my guarantee, Miriam?
Yeah.
Yep.
Of course you can.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, you know, but the best thing that I love about my service is that you pay an amount, and if like $4.95 for 5 bills and $1.25 for 1 bill, and you pay that amount, and if I don't make you at least that amount back plus $1, you get your investment back. And the thing is with that, if you switch over to all the others, to switch over to my recommendations, you'll also get those savings at least. And so you'll get my money back and the savings. So I'm really passionate about doing that, because I just know that if you're not reviewing your bills every single year, you are getting ripped off. I just know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I thought I was on top of it, and then turns out not so much, because they're like, Amanda is like the spreadsheet queen, and there are just so many factors to consider. So, talking about alignment, you being in alignment with your business, your soul client, what do you think is the benefit to? I mean, obviously for you, you get to enjoy that sense of flow and ease that we've talked about. But what do you think? How do you think it benefits your business and ultimately your clients when you, as the business owner, are really feeling aligned with what you do?
Well, yeah, if I'm aligned with them, then that shows up on camera. It's like if I'm talking to my clients, it shows up. It also, helps me connect with people. It also helps me dive deep into my niche, to sort of really sort of help, understand them better, and so I can improve my service to understand them better. It's being aligned with my client. It's so essential to do, and because if you don't love your client, you don't really want to help them out that much. So being aligned with
Yes,
your client
true.
is fine, even
Yeah.
though you might get money from them, and that's fine. It's not going to light you up. But when you like, I can imagine me, a mum, maybe a single mum, and she invests in me, and I know it would be a big investment for her, but then I managed to save her over $1,000, and for that
A
year,
year.
yeah, for that year,
Yeah. It's not
and
just once, right? Because
no,
these are
it's not.
recurring
That's
bills. That's the thing.
exactly,
Yeah.
and it's just, and to me, that is so much thing. And the way I look at it, you can either continue to pay extra to your service providers, your essential service
Mm.
providers, or you can pay a small business, me, and I get to do all the work for you, and I do the changeover for you, etc. And then and as I said, if I don't make your investment back, you get it all back. So
Yeah.
to me it's a no-brainer, but I understand it is a big investment for some people. So,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping that I can show them that I can save them heaps. So,
Yeah. So being in alignment really helps you connect to your client and
yes,
ultimately provide a much better service, which then
yes,
only helps you grow your business better, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
So if anyone's watching this and they are going, okay, I need to figure out how to get more in alignment, what would be like, say, your top 3 tips?
Top 3 tips for me. I think for me, like I've just discovered this, that it's my top 3 tips is going to be different for everyone. For me personally, I'm a person that is a typical A type personality, which means that I don't cope well with sitting in silence and just humming or whatever, or meditating or chanting for long periods of time. What I just need instant grounding methods. So I do small meditations, like 10 minutes or whatever, which is, thanks to you, Miriam, I can do. But I just get in. I hang around, and I hang around with people that are trying to attain the alignment, trying to attain manifestation, trying to attain a better way of life through
Mm.
getting closer to the universe. So you have to hang out with people too. You just have to do little things. Like I try to ground myself, like instantly I think of roots going down into the ground, and I'm breathing that up and breathing it out, sort of thing. As I said, I do small meditations. The most interesting thing about in the mornings, I don't get out of bed until I'm ready to get out of bed. I don't believe in this 5 o'clock get out of bed. I mean, if I'm ready to get out of bed at 5 o'clock, I will. But it's all about waiting until I'm inspired by something I have to do today to get up, and that gets me get up and moving. And the last little thing I think is just, I mean, if I can just give the example of what happened to me, I was sick in bed. I wasn't feeling well. I have that quite often, and I was on the manifesting groups, your group, Miriam, and there was this ditch and switch, and all I did was simply go, I'm feeling sick in bed, I've got so much to do, I'm overwhelmed, I shouldn't be in bed, blah, 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 to switch. I need to be in bed. My body needs me to be in bed, and I switched it up to be gentle with myself. But as soon as I was gentle with myself, I instantly started to feel better. And within a half an hour, I was out of bed and doing things, because the stress of judging myself was actually keeping me sicker. So things like that is just so simple little things that you can do to help you.
Mm.
You do not need to spend an hour each day doing. For some people, that is really helpful and works for them, and that is fine. But for me, being a bit of an A-type personality, doesn't work. So I need to do all the constant small things throughout the day.
Yeah, and I totally agree with you because there is no formula for you,
Yes, right.
and you've got to figure out what works for you. And for some people, it's sitting in meditation for half an hour and doing their yoga practice, and for others, it's oh no, I just need to do quick grounding frequently. And
Yes.
but I think the bottom line is that you've worked on this and kept it front of mind for long enough that you're really self-aware now, and you know when it's
Yes.
time to just give yourself a break, take care of yourself, recenter, ground yourself so that you can keep going. You don't just keep trying to smash through anymore.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly right. The first step in becoming more aligned is being completely self-aware of what your inner self needs and what your body needs. And once you're aware of that, once you're aware of your thoughts, and once you're aware of how that implements your actions, etc., it becomes a lot easier to develop alignment practices that suit you.
Perfect. I think that's a beautiful place to end it, a
Sure.
beautiful message. Thank you so much for joining me to talk
No
about
worries.
alignment and your awesome business. Now, we're going to share the links to the Home Bill Saver and what is it called? Your top 10 tips for
Top 10 tips of saving money on your bills now, basically. So quick
existing
tips.
bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So can you just say the link to the Home Bill Saver out loud for anyone listening who may not be able to grab the link out of the comments?
Okie dokie. It's now I've got to remember myself. I've just had a brand name
She's got a
change.
new website, people.
Yeah,
It's
a brand new
okay.
site. So yeah, Amanda Horne. So Amanda AMANDA Horne HORNE. Life LIFE concierge .com.au / and I forget how it is. I'm going to have to type it in,
It's
Miriam. This
home
is
dash bill dash saver. We're going
Saver.
to talk
Yep.
about getting you a more sexy link direct to the Home Bill Saver.
I think so. Absolutely. I need to make it separate, actually, now that I know for sure that my Home Bill Saver clients are completely different to my concierge clients. So
yeah, and
yeah,
it can be redirected anyway. But
yeah,
I'm going to share that link in the comments for
yep.
everyone as well. And I'll add it to the description. So that's the link direct to the Home Bill Saver. And then we'll also give you the link to Amanda's top 10 tips cheat sheet, where you can just sit with your existing bills and just do a quick check-in on those. But if you want to get in touch with Amanda, you know what to do. Amanda, it's been lovely catching up with you. I'm glad we persevered through the tech challenges.
I know.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us and watching. We'll see you later.
Bye.